the biggest station in the world, playing all of today's hits. You're listening to Instinct Radio.
What up? Good evening. Welcome to another episode of the 710 of Slickville Show. I am your host, Jay Slick, a.k.a. Jay Brown, a.k.a. Mr. 710, and we are back with another episode. As you can see, we got some more guests with us, some more ladies with us. We're talking about relationships today. We're also joined by my co-host, Mailman Moby. What's going on?
Not too much. We in here.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll go ahead and introduce these ladies real quick before we go into the rundown of everything that we're going to be talking about. We have Melody right here, Mel, Cezanne, or whatever, all that we're going to call it today. What we going by today? Cezanne. Oh, my bad.
That's French.
Where's my bad?
It is French? Okay. All right.
It works just fine now.
Okay, we're going to hit it with Mel. And then we got Sydney. What's going on, Sydney? How you doing?
Good.
All right. Good deal. That's right here. Can you pass me that bell right there? Because that's going to come in handy at some point in time this evening. Just go ahead and let you know. Go ahead and let you know. Let me
You got your feet on there, Slick?
Let me get, you got to get your mic a little closer. But yeah, I got to get, this is my bell hand. And so, look, like everybody know, this is an interactive show. I want you guys to know this. That go ahead and like, share, comment on this feed, comment on this stuff. We got a lot of good material coming to you this evening. It's definitely going to be entertaining, so don't be selfish. Go ahead and share this stuff with your friends, your family, the people that you don't like, the people that you call yourself blocking on social media. Go ahead and share it with those people, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But what we going to do, just to go ahead and get it started, if you hear something you like, go ahead and hit those likes. So go ahead and fill that up right now. If you hear something you think is funny or you don't like, go ahead and let us know. But we need your feedback because there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff in here that we're going to be talking about that people do and people don't do that they're going to need to know about.
You got to know it.
You know what I'm saying? And so, hey, man, did y'all watch the Super Bowl?
Yes,
We did.
of course.
Did your team win?
I said, of course.
My team
Neither
won.
team was my team, so.
Oh, you said your team
My
won.
team won. That's all that matters.
You from Pennsylvania?
I'm not. I just didn't want Shady Brady to win it no more.
Shady
Ooh,
Brady.
call him Shady Brady.
Shady Brady. That's the first time I heard that one. Bing. There we go.
Ooh, it's starting off.
Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Shady Brady.
That's rough, man.
People don't like Tom Brady.
I like Brady, though,
I like
man.
him.
I like Brady.
I love his wife, though.
Oh,
Supermodel.
supermodel. That's okay. Well, I mean that makes sense. That makes sense. You gotta go to any dope parties or just at the house?
Watch party.
Oh, okay. What was that at?
Buckhead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we just had a little fellas get together
Yeah, little shindig.
with some kids.
Little shindig.
Real responsible, like
Yeah.
well, only one of us had.
We had to hurry up and get home, though, man. We had to get on back to the house. We had work in the morning.
Shut it on down quick. We shut it down quick. We was
Wasn't no socializing after that.
very responsible. I drank a lot of water. I probably could have drove for Lyft last night too.
Yeah, man.
Hey man, quick story before we get in, man. So we had a couple shows and we were talking about like man law violations, and in Atlanta it's like, you don't like to make new friends as dudes. Like I've been knowing him for over almost 20 years right now, and so like you move to Atlanta, you really don't want to make friends with new dudes. And like this guy, it's a guy I work with, and he was like, yeah, this is let me make sure he ain't jumping in here real quick. He was like, hey, Jay got a show, man. You should go ahead and tune in. And I was up there talking to one of my coworkers, and like when you wave to a dude, this man law violation, your hand just gotta stay still.
Yeah,
stay still. What's up?
You ain't no spring.
You don't want it to move.
Like that.
You don't want the hands to move.
No spirit finger.
My man hit me with this. He was like, hey, what's up? I was like, whoa. I gotta go back downstairs, man.
Let's redo this. Come back, redo this.
Hey, first off, your hands still. Keep your hands still. Keep your hands still.
The deuces will do you better.
Deuce, that's it. If it moves, it's one. It's one solid motion. None of this.
Yeah.
None of this. But he hit me with the little
the
tinkle fingers.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do this.
I'm really excited.
Huh?
He's probably excited.
Yeah,
No,
I guess
man.
so.
Look, I'm not a. No. No, I won't even do that. No, I don't even do that to women. I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like, nah, this my fingers don't work like that.
Yo, you the type of dude like shopping, huh?
Like he do like shopping.
Wow.
He's straight from Farnsworth Bentley. That's what I call him. He Farnsworth.
It is what it is.
Yeah, my brother said yes. He definitely hit me with the spirit fingers. I had no idea what that was all about. But all right, so we're gonna get to know you all a little bit. Real quick, Raven, bring your funky tail over here. All right, so we got one on the show then late on CP time. We on. Oh yeah, she got kids and whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, Mel. Where you from and what you doing, whatnot.
All right. My name is Melody, and I'm on Instagram as Amora_Sky. I am from Nashville, Tennessee. Spent some time in Chicago, originally from LA, but not enough time to really claim West Coast. Been in Atlanta for about a year now, and I have plenty of experience with relationships. So hopefully you guys can learn from some of my mistakes.
Jeez.
Uh-oh.
That's what I'm talking about. In Sydney?
I'm Sydney. I'm on Instagram as Sydney Archery, SYDNEAUTRY. I'm originally from Mississippi. I moved to Atlanta in August to pursue modeling. I'm also an entrepreneur. I have my own fitness brand called Glow Fits, and I'm definitely enjoying being in Atlanta. And it's a really interesting dating scene, so I'm sure I have a lot of stories to tell as well.
That's what I'm talking about. And y'all already know Moby. Y'all know Mailman Moby already.
Man, I'm in the house.
But for those that don't know, Raven, as Raven just popped in, she has a show. What day your show come on live with Dante and Raven?
Thursdays from 4 to 6.
Thursday from 4 to
Yeah.
6. All right, well, tell us a little bit about yourself. They
Well,
don't know
I'm
you yet.
Raven. On Instagram, I'm Blazing Raven with 2 Z's. I'm from Atlanta, born and raised. And yeah, I have a lot of dating experience, a lot bad, not too good, but yeah, we'll get to that later.
She is
I have
Scrappy friend and Tommy's lookalike.
yeah, that's what everybody says.
Yeah.
Everybody says that. I own a balloon company as well called Eventful Balloons. So yeah, that's it about me.
They're making balloon animals.
Not animals.
Oh,
but-
that's the first thing I thought about when I saw it on your page. I didn't
Yeah.
know if it was like balloon animals or if it was just like happy birthdays and whatnot.
yeah, birthdays, anniversaries, grand openings, everything.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
Oh,
Day.
Oh,
man.
it's coming up.
It's
It's coming
already
fast.
booked for Valentine's Day, so
So you can't do no more Valentine's Day balloons?
Oh, that's what you want right there.
Hey, well, that's what I'm talking about.
That's how you want your business.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, today we're going to talk about how to get in that healthy relationships, how to recognize when you're in toxic relationships, and maintaining those healthy relationships. We kind of going to talk about a little bit of Valentine's Day stuff, as well as it's gonna be some stuff as well, and we're gonna have a little thing called Diva Dash. And this is a thing that Moby Mailman came up with,
Yeah.
and so yeah, let's go ahead and get into it real quick. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room. If you hadn't shared this feed, go ahead and share this feed right now. Share this feed. Don't be selfish.
Hit the likes.
Yeah, hit those likes, and shout out to everybody that's on Instagram right now. You already know Stacy from Trinidad is always tuning in. Shout out to her.
Shut up, Tracy.
Always in there. And Mom just joined in. So
All right.
let's get this Diva Dash kicked off, man.
I'm gonna hit the Diva Dash. Okay. Let's see. Well, all it is, ladies, is just that I say one word and you say the first thing that comes to your mind.
okay.
So let me find it. Slick, you caught me off guard on that one.
Hey man, you said you wanted to start off with we
Hey, let's start
jumping
off
on
there.
in.
Yeah, ain't no problem.
Hey, so real quick, while he looking for what's the occupation that you couldn't date? I was just
Oh
gonna-
my God.
I just-
No occupation. Like
Oh,
you
so
have to have a
jobless?
job.
For sure.
I couldn't date like a male stripper.
Okay.
I almost thought she said mailman.
No.
I was saying, man, this ain't right. Yeah, I gotta go.
No.
Because what made me think about that, I saw this post on Instagram, and it was talking about male professions that are thoughts, and it was like dudes that work in call centers. It was like a whole bunch of stuff. And so male strippers was on that list of like dudes that couldn't date for the opposite reason, not because they thoughts of women, but on the other side of the game. And so
yeah,
wow.
that's what comes to my mind.
I just want to see what y'all thought was.
And yeah, they just be too.
It don't
I don't even want to go to a male strip club place.
Did you date a porn star? My brother want to know if y'all could date porn stars.
No,
I'm not gonna be able to do it.
I couldn't date a porn star because I don't even like huge penises. Like.
All right, let's jump on in then. Let's go.
For me. Like I don't like no stupid.
So no baby arms. Okay.
Not for me. You know, I'm good on that. You ain't finna have me balled up in the cramped up in the inside.
Wow. No Mandingo for Raven.
Not for me.
None of that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into this.
All right, let's go.
You broke that ice.
Yeah, relationship.
Love.
Mutual trust.
Headache.
Another one.
All right. Goals.
Accomplished.
Success.
Retirement.
Okay. All right. Job.
Money.
Entrepreneur.
Money.
Okay. Food.
Love.
Food. Problem. Food is a problem.
Discipline.
All right. Sports.
Basketball.
Football.
Basketball.
Okay. Music.
R&B.
Love.
Soul.
Okay. Conversations.
Boring.
Boring.
She said, skip the small
No,
talk.
I'm just kidding.
Skip the small talk.
I know.
Conversations healthy.
Long.
Men.
Liars.
Dogs.
Man, it's rough.
Second chances.
Okay. All right. Okay. Movies.
I'm not really a movie person.
Movies.
I'm gonna have to go with Love Jones.
Oh, like are we saying like our favorite?
Yeah,
or-
just any
Oh.
whatever
Whatever
come up to your
came to your
mind when I
mind.
say it.
Love and basketball.
Yeah, I like living basketball too.
Drinking.
Never again.
Was it after this weekend? Or
This
something?
weekend.
After last night.
I would say mandatory.
Mandatory. Drinking is mandatory. Damn.
Tennessee Margarita.
Okay. Wow. All right. Happiness.
current place.
Okay.
Goals.
Go.
Essential.
Essential. Okay. Friends.
Need it.
Appreciate it.
Keep the circle small.
Okay. Sex.
Yak it.
Yak it.
I enjoy it.
Healthy.
Pornhub exclusive.
What?
You get that Supreme membership.
I hit you out a few more and then let Slick take it back over. Marriage.
Goals.
I say goals too.
Been there, done that.
Ooh.
Twice.
Let me see. Dancing.
Good at it.
I think dancing. I think living.
Fun.
Okay. One more and that's romance.
Needed.
Important.
Hopeless romantic.
Hopeless. Okay. All right, Slick.
All right, so y'all did
Break the ice a
good.
little bit, yeah.
Y'all did good because the first time we did this, it was a lot of dead air. They was trying to think about what answer sounded good, and so y'all just came with it. So I appreciate that. What we're going to talk about is getting into healthy relationships and stuff like that. And my first thought, when I think about that, is what type of dudes approach y'all?
All types for me.
Okay, there's usually one that's probably typically more common, like
athletes like me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say athletes too, just because I'm tall. So I don't know.
Athletes and drug dealers.
I see that. Now we getting there.
Yeah.
Athletes, drug dealers,
Entertainers and preachers.
And preachers.
I would say entertainers too, just with modeling and if I'm on sets and different stuff like that, it's mostly entertainers.
Okay, and so what's usually what's the first thing you notice when somebody approaches you like that? Like in the normal setting?
What you mean?
Because this all right, so okay, let me start this. Where do you get approached most?
Instagram.
Oh, so it's not like in person.
Oh, yeah.
It's mostly online.
I feel like in this day and age, like Instagram and social media is so big that like my DMs are definitely crazy. But that's probably one of the number one ways, but in person too.
It's opposite for me. I get approached a lot.
Really?
Anywhere.
Anywhere, grocery store,
at the red light.
At the gas
station. All day, every day.
The gas station is like the worst. I literally hate getting gas because I don't care if you're going in.
Just gonna pull off.
I can be sitting there pumping gas. Somebody's gonna come up, and I feel very uncomfortable when somebody comes up to me at my car, especially at night. They don't care. Yeah.
See, I don't get gas at night, so I will not get gas, and I will go to the last drop to get home before I stop for gas at night. But I get approached on Instagram, but it's like weirdos on Instagram. They be so weird. So I don't even open those. I just keep them in the little I don't even acknowledge them. So, but like she said, everywhere you could walk down the street, at the gas station, grocery store, and it's always when I look a mess.
Yeah.
Always when I look a mess.
So all right. So if they,
that's a strategy.
Yeah, it is.
If they don't, if they can't approach you at your worst, do you think that they would approach you at your best?
Sometimes when I feel like I'm looking good, a dude that I feel like should think in his mind that he has no chance with me still approaches me, and I be like, you are confident as hell. Yeah.
Told you where I go with that 8%.
You don't even have a car. So
see, this is
how would you know that? But how would you know that though? Yeah.
Because if he's walking, I could be driving and he's at the bus stop and he would be like, hey, and I'm like,
let's be real.
See, that's opposite. You last time it was shoot your shot with the last show time. Last time we did a show like that.
Okay, and so just so y'all know, we had some. We kind of did something similar to this show, and we were talking to the ladies, and the ladies were like, they don't get approached. When they go out, and I don't know if it's because they're in a group, if it's a huge group, they just said that they don't really get approached, and I don't know if it's because of the vibe that they're giving off while they're out, or
I don't know,
or what. But so you get approached all the time.
Yeah. First,
no,
my wife in there, but they just straight
who are the girls?
That matters.
Yeah,
I know we're trying to be
mailman. What they look like, mailman?
They're nice.
Oh, okay.
So it could be vibe.
Well, I don't know why.
It could be vibe.
I don't think it really matters because I've had people tell me I'm intimidating, but I just feel like at this day and age, people approach you no matter if they think you're not going to say anything or not. Men are really bold.
I feel like the right men are more intimidated than the ones that have no chance. They'll shoot their shot. but the men that you want, maybe they're too.
And see, that's what I was talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See,
okay, so tell her your plan.
Well,
your
see,
move.
I have this. I have like this 80% thing. I have to get like, I don't just approach you. If I see you, you see me, I look at you. If I get a smile, okay. But if you look at me again, that's when I go and make my approach.
Right.
I don't just approach you as soon as I look at you.
These rules.
That
we
makes
don't know these rules.
Huh? But that's what I'm saying. If I like you, if I like you, I'll get like
So
I'll make
see
you
you.
right where you can see me. And then if you look at me again, then I'll give you, then I'll kind of approach you.
But if she
But
doesn't
off the first
at you,
look, yeah,
then-
if you don't give me a second look, I'm just like, oh, well, maybe I wasn't her type.
That's a whole playbook full of stuff there.
Well, see, I mean,
But
that's only me.
good.
Though.
I wish
That's
a lot
only
of
me.
people had that same 80% rule. That
And
would
see,
make
that's
it a
what
lot
I'm talking about. See,
easier.
they always, a lot of women say, go ahead and shoot your shot. On the last show, they were saying shoot your shot, but they want the one to shoot the shot, the one that they want.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to. That's the thing I be trying to say. People always trying to say shoot your shot, but you don't really want everybody to shoot your shot.
Mm-mm.
You want the one that you want to shoot the shot.
You don't want everybody, but also like I've been of the belief that hell, I won't know
Yeah.
unless
That's true.
I won't know. And so if I see you and it's like I don't know if you saw me or you saw that person behind me that you made that face at. If I just go on that,
Going for it.
No, you just gotta take a chance.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's only for me though. Most guys ain't like me.
she
I don't
can
do
say
that.
no.
I mean, most guys don't do like that.
That's my
honestly
thing.
the worst thing.
I agree.
But see, I don't like the dude that when you say no, like gets upset.
Oh,
like you
yeah.
can't be upset
Oh,
at me
you think
because
it's good for me?
I don't want to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Even if you say, "Oh, I have a boyfriend," so what they got to do with me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now you just
God.
like, now you just
But see, that's why I make it so hard for guys that actually, if they do shoot their shot, because girls are so used to, or women are so used to guys. The guys just coming up to them all the time. They don't give a damn. They don't care. They didn't shot they shot and they only 10%. You know what I'm saying? They maybe get 1 out of 100 to ever even actually.
there has to be some kind of connection there.
What you mean, like
So I'm big on vibes, right?
Mhm.
So if you shoot your shot my way and I don't get a good vibe from you, then I might say I got a boyfriend or I'm not interested or
Mhm.
oh no, I'm good.
They don't like.
But
that.
we try to gently let you down.
some.
Some.
Good for men.
I'm
Yeah,
not speaking
I'm
for the
nice
rules.
when
No,
I'm right.
I
Yeah.
know. That's
There's
what I
some
said.
girls
Some.
out here
Yeah.
that's real
They
rude.
be like,
I've seen it before,
yeah.
and it really pisses me off when chicks do guys like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Like I know some women they go out just to curve. Like I'm
Oh my
just going
God.
out just
That
to
is
curve.
Yeah.
Like
So whack.
Whack. Wait,
I
don't
talk
you have
people-
anything better? to
They
do?
want their self-esteem to get boosted.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
like-
they have
that's
low
like- yeah,
self-esteem.
they get
completely.
excited. Like, oh, did you
Did
see how I curved? You saw how
Nah.
I curved? They curving these folks.
That's so whack.
And so, it's just one of those things that I look at and I'm just like,
Mm-mm.
I mean, I've been out the game for a minute, so it's hard for me to say, but it's
yeah, the game's
but
different now.
back in my young days, I would shoot my shot, but it wouldn't necessarily be like my whole thing was I'm not coming at you immediately off of some let's go home, let's go out on a date type stuff. I gotta see if you cool, cause you might be crazy.
Right.
And so if I can't talk to you it don't even have to be on a full intellectual level when I first meet you, but if I can't just hold a conversation with you, then this ain't gonna work no way.
Right.
And so I done shot my shot for my own good, just in case I didn't make that mistake. I saved myself.
Mhm. But some men probably just want to fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
That's just
that
like,
happens.
Yeah.
that's just what it is. Like, I don't feel like when a man sees you, he's like, oh, she's just this beautiful person inside. Like, it's clearly physical attraction from the beginning.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Especially if it's on like social media. You don't know how I talk. You don't know anything about me, so you're going strictly off of my pictures.
mhm.
Right. That's
So you
true.
really can like even feel out a vibe off of social media.
I'm a pretty good judge of character, if you can't tell.
And I don't like when men approach me when my kids are with me. I hate
Oh,
that.
I don't like that at all.
Like, do not do that.
Do you feel like they think that they would never see you again?
I mean,
or is it just one of those situations?
Or just like kind of wait till I get them in the car, or like don't just while I'm unloading groceries, like, hey, what's up? Like clearly I'm doing something, so just wait a minute. If you can't wait, then keep it moving.
Question from the chat room: do you give any silent vibes? Like, do you give a smile or a little pleasant?
Silent vibes matter. Yes, they do 100%. But you have to be careful with that. If you're a naturally
nice
congenial person, and it seems like we all kind of have that same thing within. So I think it get misconstrued a lot, right? Because I know I've given off what I thought was a friendly vibe, which went completely left.
Yeah.
Okay. And now I'm trying to figure out how to,
really
back
how to keep them in the friend zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you done fucked up. Now we can't be friends at all.
We can't be friends.
Yeah.
But a lot of men don't want to be friends
Yeah,
with.
I don't think I have any like true guy friends that aren't like into men. So yeah.
Damn.
I
Shout
think
out
I
ATL.
have 2 guy friends, but I'm not gonna say that if the situation presented itself that they wouldn't sleep with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but you have to keep a clear, like, no, this is a friendship.
See that right there. That's why I don't like when females have male friends, because the situation she just said. Because if the situation presented itself,
because we gonna talk about that too.
They
definitely
gonna
gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I feel like any man would. Like if your girlfriend or wife says like she has a male best friend that isn't gay,
that's rough.
Like there's no way that y'all can go on a vacation together as friends, or no.
And
I
nothing
mean,
going
my
on.
wife got two dude friends. One of them that she's known for a long time, and one of them that they went to school with. One of them married, one of them not. But I can't pretend like I know them. But at the same time, it's like, what the hell y'all gonna go on vacation for like that?
Right.
That's not appropriate at all. I'm gonna be there.
Right. Or would you let them go out? Like, would you let them go to dinner, or
I mean, if they went to dinner, then that's dinner. I mean, if I felt anything other than what it was, then we gonna have it's gonna be a whole lot of explaining that needs to go on. But you gotta, I mean, it's one of those things where it's communication and trust going on. She mentioned
you have to
earlier.
trust your wife.
Yeah, and I trust that I'm that dude.
No, I'm saying right, but that's with your wife. That's not saying that he would never try your wife. That's just saying that your wife would never allow it to go any further.
Right.
All right, real quick, shout out to some of these cats that just jumped into the chat room.
Boys in there.
What up, Twan G? Fly Eagles Fly, shout out. Also, shout out to the homie, my cousin Shark and Vince. What's going on in there? Yeah. Shoot shot Monday.
Well, yeah, Shark.
But yeah, so let me ask, do y'all feel like y'all approachable? Just in a general sense? Like you don't feel like y'all don't like being hollered at when you're not dressed up. And so I don't know, like the first group, they said they don't go to the grocery store busted. And so
I definitely don't be dressed up and cute at the grocery store.
But
like, I don't have on pajamas or anything.
I was about to say, do you wear pajamas on?
No. I won't wear like a scarf, my head wrapped in a bonnet or nothing. No, not like that. But I won't have makeup on. Like I'm gonna look regular.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you feel like you're approachable though?
I know I'm approachable. I think that's one of the things I get complimented the most. And I almost get, from male friendships, those that are true platonic friendships are like, man, that's your biggest gift and curse. It's because you're so approachable that, some clowns out here don't know how to differentiate you just being cool versus, oh, she's trying to flirt with me. No, bruh. I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah. You
I smile because I smile all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm not
smiling at you like, hey.
Except for when you just took that selfie right before the show started. We're gonna talk about that.
Say what's up to my fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not that friendly. Like, I'm not as approachable.
Do you try to make it that way though?
No, I'm just not. I be in my own bubble. Like, I don't even really see other people.
Mm.
Like, when I'm at the store or something, or at the gas station, I'm pumping my gas, I'm getting in my car. Like, the person behind me pumping the gas, I'm not gonna be like, hi. Like, that's just not me.
So you're not gonna get that 80% while she out. Just
No,
Yeah, you're not gonna
that's
get that.
You won't get the 80%.
Now, if I see somebody and I think that you're attractive, then I will, give a smile or something, saying like, "Come talk to me." Like, you wouldn't know from me if
But
I
pumping
wanted
gas,
to
you're
talk
probably
to
not. You're probably not looking for that at all.
Yes, you're not gonna
You ain't looking for
No,
nobody.
no,
else.
but if I see the person behind me and I'm like, "Oh, he's handsome," I will like give a smile or something, but not really.
I guess.
Yeah, I think I'm approachable when I want to be. Like, if I'm into
Right.
somebody or I want somebody to like approach me, then I'll be a little more friendly. But if not, I'll probably.
You had a
I don't
mean
think I'm
look.
the most approachable person. I think I have a natural like resting bitch face.
Yeah, everybody always says I look mean.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. I don't walk around like smiling all day, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a straight face most of the time and you look like you could possibly dunk, then you probably not gonna, you're probably gonna look at you.
You're like, man, post me up.
Nah, she was about 5'9",
5'10".
5'10".
Yeah,
Okay,
5'9".
yeah.
But that doesn't even help nowadays. Like, I can look like a straight bitch, and men will still come up to you. You can be on the phone. It really doesn't matter.
And you can say you're on the phone with your boyfriend.
Yeah, like I'm on the phone right now,
They
and
don't
you're like
care.
in my ear. That's rude.
Yeah, so I can't even
Shot,
speak
I
on those
guess.
guys.
Yeah, that's another generation right there.
Yeah, that's the I has to get mine right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So what are some what is an immediate turnoff? Like when a guy approaches you?
Like an A, or just
Hey,
not.
shout it.
Yeah.
Like,
Trying to touch me.
Oh yeah, don't touch me.
I've had a guy literally walk up to me and try to put his arm around my
Yeah.
waist.
that's
Oh,
up.
wow, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was like, something's wrong with you. Oh, you got an attitude. And I'm like, you're in my personal space. I didn't know this is personal. Well, it's on my person.
Right.
What do you mean? You're
Or-
trying to touch my torso.
or if they just like, hey, give me your number. Oh, well,
Off the
404. Like, am I really supposed to do that?
Off the
Well,
top.
since you asked.
Somebody in the chat room said 5'10". Look at God. All right, so,
That's our boy. That's our boy.
so all right, and so what? they cracking up.
Yeah.
All right, so as far as like, so if those are turnoffs, like A and trying to touch you and stuff like that, what are some good things that they can do as far as when they approach you? Because I think you have so many guys that do that, hey, and come on over here, shawty, and this and that, but they don't know the right way. Either because they weren't raised a certain way, or because come here, shawty has been working.
Yeah. That's what I think. Like, it does work for some.
But a lot
Or
of
they
time,
wouldn't
though,
do it.
a lot of time, even excuse me, that don't work all the time either.
That works for me.
It works
That works.
for me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I just don't like being like, especially if you're across the way. I don't like being like almost like yelled or screamed.
No. He's saying you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
right.
just like,
yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
See, she's still like,
It works
Even when you
for
break
me.
these, like, ugh.
yeah.
I will listen to someone who. Now, that's not saying I'm gonna give you my number,
Right.
but
It's a
I'm not
polite
gonna.
way,
Yeah,
though.
I'm not gonna be turned off by you saying, "Excuse me, I would like to talk to you," whatever. Or if I'm in the store and I'm buying a drink and you say, "I had that,"
Yeah,
you know,
cute is
like.
different.
I don't understand how I could be at the gas station. You see me walk in the gas station. You see me get my gas. You see me pump my gas. Then after I'm done, you want to talk to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I said that
no,
all the time.
that won't happen. Like, you saw the whole transaction. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not once did you say, oh, well, let me get out and pump her gas if I want to try to talk to her. Like,
Right.
nothing. Or let me pay for her
Right.
gas.
Can I
Right.
Levon said 2251 said no eye contact when they ugly, and eye contact smile when not inviting. Okay. Yeah.
You gotta clarify that, my man.
Yeah, it was a girl.
Young lady, you gotta clarify that.
But yeah, eye contact, I feel like goes a long way, because if somebody can't make eye contact, then I would feel like they were weird, or they had something to hide,
or they just don't want to look at you.
I think she was saying, like, don't make eye contact with somebody
if you don't want to. Right.
Okay.
No, it doesn't work.
Like you could literally be like,
that ain't gonna
and
work.
he'll still
walking fast. They'll walk faster.
Yeah, the 10%ers, that ain't gonna work.
You could be
that ain't gonna work on the 10%.
Looking at your phone the whole time, like, I'm not texting anybody, but just don't want you to come over, and he'd be like, excuse me. He'd be like, but he was nice, so hey, how you doing?
So, do y'all like nice guys?
Nope. Look at that.
Like, can he be nice?
What's nice?
What would be considered a gentleman?
A gentleman, someone that thinks of you first.
Now, not in a relationship though.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not in a relationship. I mean, I can understand it. Just a general gentleman.
Oh, one that isn't rude in his approach. One that tries to get your attention in a creative and respectful way. Not, hey.
Okay.
Or, real pushy.
Yeah, hate.
If you're not getting anything back, back off. Yeah. There's some more out there.
It's a lot.
So you said not too nice. It's like, I don't want to push over, and it's like nice.
See, I know me.
Nice person, but not like too nice. I don't know how to explain it.
Like, it's so weird because this guy that I was dating, I tried to date. I was like, he was so into me. It was like, let me breathe. Can I please breathe? Like every time, like we're not around each other, he want to be on the phone, or like he just too. It can always it can be too much sometimes.
Was that before or after?
No, that was both. And I thought after it would be different. Like I thought, okay, well maybe after he'll be like, okay, I already got it, so I'm gonna calm down, but. It might have got worse after.
That
like
after
it
gonna
really
have you
got
behind the
worse.
bushes.
Yeah, it got worse.
That
like
after had you on there like this.
What's she
yeah,
doing?
it was kind of annoying.
She on Instagram again. She just posted something.
Yeah, it got annoying. Now I don't like to be ignored or not given enough attention, but everybody needs their alone time sometimes. Especially if you're not married, and even then, you still need your time to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent said, "So she hates when a guy's into her." I am so confused.
I know that's what it sounds like.
I just want somebody that's like that you're into to be equally as into you.
And I was into him at first. But
until he started liking
it was just too much.
He
like,
was too nice.
We started off at on the same level. And then it was just like after like day 3, he was like, "I will marry you today." Like,
I was just about to say,
I'm like,
they weren't riding the same wave.
No, he wanted to impress her so much.
Yeah,
that's the thing. He wanted to impress her and keep her so much
he overdid it.
Yeah, he was doing it. Yeah,
too much too soon.
He was trying too hard, and all he had to do was just lay back.
And it like burnt out.
But I feel like people do the same thing. Like they don't want a girl that's overly like calling and texting them all day. Like it's really the same thing.
But see, with a woman, it's kind of different because
like show them.
We're naturally when we like somebody, like to call, like that's just us. Like so, we have to kind of make a conscious effort when we like somebody not to call so much and not to. But a man, you would expect for him to be the more, calm one.
Mm-hmm.
So when the roles are reversed, it's not a good.
You see what Vince wrote? Vince said she wants someone who is into her, but only on Tuesdays. Damn Vince. Dynamite.
No. Maybe let me get my Tuesdays to myself. And
that'll work. Yeah, you gotta have time.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday mornings before church. But I mean, I
understand it though.
I get it, and even then, it's like the next dude might be the total opposite, where it's like
I've had that too. Like, yeah.
Hey, look, if y'all have any questions or comments, go ahead and call in 478-569-6474. Or if you want to shoot your shot. I'm just playing. Not really.
Shark.
But yeah. Look, so we're talking about healthy relationships and how to recognize toxic relationships and stuff like that. We ain't gotten to the toxic part, but we will be talking about that stuff. We're just talking about trying to get into one right now, which seems to be kind of hard right now because we don't know how nice to be and how much to actually call or text. Because and I tell you, I mean, I've told this story before. There was a time where I was really nice, and I was nice to the point where I was nice enough to get the dates. They would go on the dates with me, but it was the other dudes that was
Tyrone was in the back
that was hitting it, and I was like,
Tyrone
wait a minute.
Yeah, that can happen.
I'm warming this slot machine up, and you coming in hitting the jackpot.
Right.
This is not.
That happened.
This is not working.
The good guy always like.
Yeah, he took her out to the restaurant, walked into the door, and then she said, "Well, good night. I'll talk to you later."
Ain't gonna call
and here go Tyrone.
Nothing.
Nah,
I'm not that person.
Nah, I'm broke as hell. And Tyrone.
See, you were probably him, who I was talking about.
And so I made a decision. I was like, you know what? I'm about to be an ass for a minute. Just to get what I want. Just to see. And sure enough,
It worked.
soon as I started dogging chicks, I'm talking about,
They flock to you.
man, I was like, who ever thought about this?
That's
It's crazy.
crazy.
This is
works,
a
though. It
great
is.
idea. And then,
And you could save your money.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, I ain't got to spend no money. I can be mean. I can just be completely
Just
honest.
ignore
Like,
them, right?
I'd be like, hey, you know what? I'm trying to hit it, but if I can't see you until Tuesday, then, I mean, I'll see you on Tuesday. I'll call you on Monday to set it up, but we're going to hit it on Tuesday. And
Tuesday, she be calling you.
Tuesday, what's up?
Right.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like that, but that's what was going on. And I was just like, yo, but at the same time, I was hurting a lot of people at the same time. It was no genuine friendship.
So were you
relationships
lying
and
to
stuff
them?
Like no, I ain't got no reason.
So why were they hurt?
Just because
Feelings start getting
it was,
involved.
yeah. I mean,
You
the
think
feelings
they
and
had
everything like
unrealistic
that.
expectations of what you all really had going on.
I mean, I just don't nobody want to have somebody be mean to them.
So you were being mean? Like
hey,
they wanted to be with you?
He just didn't give a damn what he said.
You can go now.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Tell me I can go now.
Like,
Nah, that's
pretty
different.
bad.
Yeah, that's different.
I was good on the cuddling. We hit. I will talk to you in a couple days. I'm not calling you today. I won't call. It wasn't like that. I'm just like 05, 06 and stuff like that. So I've grown, but that's what it was. And I was
But
I
you
was
didn't want
single
relationships with those
dude.
women.
No.
So how did you change? Like you, like if that was you, the first dude, the nice dude, how did you change who you really were?
It was a test. It was a test. I can do that. I was able to just do that, but it wasn't me naturally. But then I came to realize, like, okay, it does have to be a healthy balance in order to A, get what I want, and B, not play myself in the process. And so it trial and error to see what happens, see what worked. But that just, I mean, it was a fun time. I didn't realize how easy it was. I was like, man, this was so difficult at first when I was trying to be nice. And they don't like that.
Well, that's kind of how it is in life, though.
All I had to do, somebody said,
GTD.
"Oh hell no, they lame for going for that." And if it was just for fuck, they had no business trying to lay up. No way.
Keeping up with Kiki. Hold on, real quick. You see that? Hold on, go ahead. My fault. Yeah, but yeah, see that, and I was the man back then.
But that's the way it is, though, man. You know how people are always trying to impress somebody or trying to, get their blessing, and it's always the person that don't really want it, the one that they're trying to impress.
You got the person that come in late chair.
Clearly.
Hey, so Vincent White have a question from the chat room. He wants to know: do women really know what they want?
We can't answer that for all women.
Or
Do we?
or do they know just what they don't want? It does seem like you get more play when you act like you're being.
Because everybody wants a challenge. Like, it's not fun if it's not challenging to me.
But I think it is if you're looking for a relationship and you want a healthy one, you need to know what you want and what you don't want. And a lot of times relationships fail because they jump into stuff not even knowing who they are, let alone what they want and don't. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's really important. Now, if you're just out there playing, you can figure that shit out along the way. But otherwise, you might want to have a good idea.
That's why I think dating is really healthy. Like, you can date a lot of men and say, I like these qualities out of this man that I was dating, the qualities out of this other guy that I was dating. So by the time you're ready. Yeah.
But when you're ready, you never find
what you're looking for.
Right. Like,
I'm going to disagree with that.
I think you can. It's not going to be a fairy tale.
I mean, you say you were married twice, right?
I was.
And I'm going in the interviewer mode. I'm sorry.
I was married twice.
Good.
I forgot. This is not my show.
I mean, look, this is an open forum. She said she was married twice. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was saying you said you were married twice, so it didn't work, right?
It did not. And that's not to say, so when you talk about what you're looking for versus who you show up to be all the time, marriage is supposed to be a long-term, eternal commitment. And so what happens is that people aren't the same person that they've always been.
The mask comes off.
So it's not that the mask comes off. We all grow and change. My first marriage, I was 19.
Oh, wow.
So when I was a 22-year-old woman or a 28-year-old woman or a 30-year-old woman, I'm going to stop right there. Y'all can figure the rest out. You become somebody different over time. And if you're not with somebody that understands that life has these twists and turns and they're not willing to grow and mold with you, then that's where you eventually.
Yeah.
How long were your marriages, if you don't mind?
Oh, it's complicated. So my first marriage, I was married at 19 and we were separated by 23, but divorced by 28.
Okay. That sounds like my aunt and uncle.
And then your
second marriage was a quickie. We were married and separated at 15 months.
Oh.
And divorced within a year and a half.
So how long did y'all know each other before y'all got married?
I met him when I was 17, but we did not date. He was just, one of the homies from Nashville.
You friend zoned him?
What's that?
You friend zoned him?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
He could be my friend.
I'm talking about
before.
17, before.
Oh, no, we just weren't in the same. He was older than me back then.
Okay.
And we just we ran in the same crew, but he was the older part of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just wasn't feeling light-skinned dudes back then.
Right.
I liked them chocolate.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Calm down, Shamar.
So is that why y'all got a divorce? Oh no, no.
Hope not.
That's another show.
Right.
Yeah,
not because he was light
being on that show.
Yeah, that Chris Humphrey and Kim Kardashian.
Right.
All right. So, I mean, with that being said, what are some so when you get to know somebody, what are some red flags that you look for?
Liars.
Lack of ability to communicate clearly.
Yeah.
You cannot clearly communicate your thoughts or in touch with your own emotions that you can let me know what's up, what's going on. All those disappearing acts and weird things.
Communication is key.
That's the number one.
I would say somebody that doesn't take initiative.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't like having to plan out stuff, or you being around the bush about trying to see me or take me out.
Yes.
Like, you want to see me or take me out, whatever. Like, I need you to plan it. If you want me to come and see you, it's just that we stay in 2 different states and you want me to fly to come and see you or whatever, go ahead and book the flight. Let me know the dates you're thinking and I'll let you know if I'm available. Like, just take initiative.
Wait, book the flight first?
No, I'm saying have it together. Have it together the date.
Oh, they got no refund.
Well, you better book first class so you can.
Woo.
No, but I'm saying just have everything together and then come to me instead of it having to be a long conversation back and forth. Right. Just take control of the situation.
Yeah, I think that too. Because a lot of men now want the woman to be like the man.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah, that's bad. That's ass
It's
backwards.
so crazy.
I don't
I
understand.
know I've
that.
met 2 men in my lifetime that told me flat out that they were finally ready for a woman to take care of them.
What?
That's wow. I still can't grasp that, man.
Well, I think what happened to these guys were that they were in situations where women were taking advantage of them. And so to bring balance, they wanted a break. They wanted someone that wanted to come in and take it. But I don't know necessarily if they meant take care of them, like pay their bills, this, that, and the other. I'm sure
Emotionally?
I'm sure they wouldn't have turned it down.
Right.
You know, some guys want a sugar mama too. But I think what they wanted was somebody that can bear the burden, share the load sometimes. Because, you know, all chicks aren't out there looking for a dude to do everything. You know, some chicks are cool with, you got this one, I got this one. You know, oh, you took me on the last 7 dates, I can catch number 8. You know?
I mean, I feel like that I'm cool with that. Like, I have no problem with paying for something when I'm in a relationship, but I'm the same person who also doesn't split the rent. You know, I'm the same person who feels like the man should pick up.
And that's why communication is important, right? So y'all can figure out if you're the same kind of people.
Right. And most men know from the beginning, so I don't understand why it's a surprise, like, a year later who you got in a relationship with. Like, you knew that. Most of the time you can tell what type of woman someone is. They can hide it, like, maybe for a little, but I feel like nowadays women are pretty, like,
vocal.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I've noticed coming up, well, more now than back in the day, is women have elevated their status in like workplace and as far as their earning potential and stuff like that, education wise. And so when a guy meets said woman that is in a particular place, whether it's financially, whether it's with their career, depending on what point in time that they meet them. So if she's like in her 30s or something already, and now they're established in their career and they've been so used to doing all this stuff by themselves, it's in a lot of cases I know guys that have a hard time being like, hey, I need you to take a step back and let me do what I do.
I would love that.
I would love it.
Could you please let me take a step back?
I would.
Hey, Shark, man.
You know?
No.
Single mothers, yeah, would like to take a step back.
But no, like, I mean, but I've heard those stories, and it's just like, you know, she's such an alpha woman where like she has her thing. She's in a male dominated field, and you know, she's just so used to grinding it out that any little misstep or any little chink in the armor, she's like, oh, I gotta take over and do this and that and this and that, and then it's a complaint about
control.
I gotta do everything all over again. And it's like, hold on, I was getting ready to do this.
But see, that's the problem. Don't get ready to do it. Just do it. Don't like it's if you say, oh, I was gonna, that's just do it. Why didn't you do it?
One of my followers, Polo the Cartel, said, if males would step up and be men, females can sit back and be ladies.
Right. Don't.
What do y'all think?
I don't like
I mean, it is what it is.
Don't suggest what I should do. Do it.
Right.
It is. And look, let's go ahead and transition over to communication and stuff like that, because that's one of the things that we, you know, that is a struggle in a lot of relationships. What up? Whether it's communicating expectations, communicating finances, communicating during disagreements, communicating when it comes to family and stuff like that, which, you know, all of that stuff, whether it's, you know, friends of the opposite sex, whether it's sex, deadlines, money, all of this stuff, people have a hard time communicating. Yeah, that's true. So when it comes to communicating, do you all feel like you are open-minded communicators?
I am.
I think so.
You put it all on the table. It's not like he have to kind of
Nothing to figure out.
out. Just throw it out.
If you ask, but I'm not just gonna like offer.
I mean, I feel like
certain
you
things,
have
but if you
conversations
ask,
about that. When you get to know people, y'all have conversations, and you have to be honest from the beginning, because if not, it's a waste of time.
So how do you deal with stuff that you may or may not like when you, let's just say you've been dating somebody for about 3 months. You're dating for about 3 months, and it's something that you just, I don't, whether the way he swallows food, you know, you go to his crib and, you know, he might have shoes at the front door, and they might not necessarily be all over the floor, but they at the door, and there's something that you might not have at your house, but you see it and you like,
The pet peeve.
That's an easy one. If you're comfortable with who you are and where things are kind of headed, the direction they're headed in, you all have spent 3 months building some kind of little friendship, right? So you should be to the point where you're cool enough to say something. I'll tell you right now, don't invite me to your house if it's not presentable enough for me to sit in there. I need to be able to sit on your toilet.
it's like, hey, it's 5 shoes.
But that is petty to me, like, because at the end of the day, this is his house. Now you can say like, oh, you know, if we ever lived together, this couldn't happen, you know, but you can't really, after 3 months, you can't go in nobody's house saying pick up your shoes at the door. That's his house. He paid the bills.
But it's not. You don't think it will bother you as the time go on?
I mean, you can say something, but you can't expect for the next time you come over there that the shoes are gonna be up.
So what's one of your pet peeves?
Mine?
Yeah.
Come back.
And I asked for one. I asked for one,
She got a list though. She got a list.
No, I really don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not really like a pet peeve thing. Like, it's more so like, don't give me unnecessary lies. Like, if I didn't ask a question, now, when I say unnecessary, I mean like I didn't even ask you this. You just volunteered a lie.
I was at Tony's house.
Like, but I didn't even say, hey, babe, where were you? I just said, hey. Like, you could have just kept the lie.
We went to Tony's house. Tony caught a flat.
Right.
Oh, it was a cat in the tree and a monkey.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And so, pet peeves is just lies, or is it?
I hate people that are like too overly excited. Like, I don't know how to explain. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a miserable person. But no, I had a guy that I was dating, and every time he calls me, he's like, Sid. And I'm just like,
calm down.
Like, what's
up? Calm down.
So like, he would say stuff like 3 times. So what's up?
Oh my gosh, that was
with you? And I'll even say like, why are you saying everything 3 times? He's like, I don't know. You're so annoying.
Cuz.
That would irritate me
and I was
too.
telling my mom about it. She's like, Sydney, no. He's probably just excited to talk to you. And I'm like, no. He's
annoying.
Nervous.
Yeah, he was probably nervous.
As the time went on?
As time went on. Every time he
Did y'all, was that before or after?
You wake up. Good morning, Sid.
Good morning.
Like, that is annoying. Like, hey.
Yeah, I can see that.
What about you?
One of my pet peeves. Guys that are not direct. Don't beat around the bush. If you want to see me, tell me you want to see me. Hey, WYD.
Right. So.
Nothing. Chilling. Oh, okay.
Right.
So what you getting into?
Today? Nothing. Chilling.
No plans.
No real plans.
What's up? Me neither. They say, oh, me neither.
I mean, how long are we gonna do this back and forth thing before you just be like, hey, you want to meet me for a drink? Want to grab some dinner? Want to come through? Something.
Gotcha.
That's a good one too.
And that's a pet peeve too, like constantly texting me every day saying like, what you doing? I say what I'm doing. I ask you what you're doing, and like
it's over. Yeah, it's over. It's done.
It's the same thing.
We don't talk about anything else.
So speaking of that, since you said about the everyday, what about the good morning text? Every day, that's okay.
Is that necessary?
That doesn't bother me.
See, that's like a 360.
It doesn't bother. The good morning doesn't bother me.
Is it necessary though?
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary.
See, it's a 360 paddle, man.
It probably just depends on
the last one. They were like, yeah, I need it. It was like,
yeah, no, it's cool.
In the morning, but I'm not looking for it. Like you didn't send me a good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need a paragraph. I'm not like in high school anymore.
And see, they try to clown me last show. They try to clown everybody in the chat was trying to clown me.
Yeah.
I think needy people.
Like I be getting my kids ready for school and stuff. I don't even be thinking
My
about.
mornings are the worst.
Yeah,
Don't
like,
text me in the morning.
You can text me good morning. I have no problem with the good morning text. But if you miss a day, I'm not gonna care.
Yo, that was talking about, it was like that was a big.
It was big. It was a big issue
about texting.
So I said even in the group thing. I mean, even in the chat room, they try to clown me for that because I say I'll text you, but it's not like
good night. I'm not really into the good night text either.
I feel like most of the time if we're having a conversation, either I've fallen asleep or I don't know, like the conversation's probably flowing. So if we start texting, like somebody fell asleep, or I'll text you the next day.
Yeah.
Or if we've been communicating, good night is warranted, but just out of the blue, we ain't really
right.
Good
Good
night.
Night.
Hours. Good night. It's kind of creepy. Like, what the hell
see, for me, when I'm if I'm texting or calling, I'm gonna before I get done, I'm gonna end the conversation. I don't have to say good night to know the conversation is done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of person I don't have to say, okay, well, okay, good night. I mean, we just had a conversation. We said the last part. I'll just pick up the phone.
Say like good night.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in texting, I feel like you just don't text back, or I'll text you the next day.
So, look, how do y'all deal with disagreements? Because those come up, and that's usually where a lot of people start to falter when it comes to relationships, is with disagreements, because they either don't know how to argue, or you remember I was telling you, like when some women argue, they go straight for the gusto.
Yeah.
Straight for the gusto. If they ain't one, they go.
That's me. Like I hurt. Like I had my mouth is every relationship that I've ever been in. My mouth has got me in so much trouble. Like I say some mean shit, and I go back and I be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I can't believe I even.
That's why your mama got a beard.
Yeah.
Like I just, and then I don't like being ignored. Like, do not ignore me. Like,
that's a hard
oh
one for me
my
too.
God, that really gets under my skin. Like,
there's the peeve.
Oh yeah, that's the pet peeve.
It's all gonna come out.
Yeah, being ignored is it? Because if I'm texting you or we're arguing, do not ignore me. At least say something. Say we'll talk later. Say something. Don't ignore me.
So you remember when I was talking about like when they do forget to take out the trash, and then it all come out like that.
Like why she really mad?
Right.
She's like,
so you were like, you be like, hey, so I thought you were supposed to take out the trash yesterday, and you were like, well, I put the trash like I said I was, and I ran out the house and forgot it. And he's like, you always forget to take out the trash, and that's why you dig little. And what the?
Yeah, I'm not like that.
You just said something hurt
not
like
that. We gotta be in a real argument. Like we gotta be in a real. Yeah.
That's too tough.
Now, that means she been thinking about that. She just got any reason to tell you that.
So I mean, how do you deal with disagreements?
Disagreements like in a relationship or
I mean, there's a difference.
I think either way. For me, I'm just a really open communicator. Now, I used to be like my lovely sister over here because I was coming for you and I was not backing down. But, as time grew and I started to assess where I was going wrong, which I think helped a lot, instead of focusing so much of my time and attention on what somebody else did that caused me to pop off. I'm the master of my own fate. I can control myself. And so that came to, before it get to an explosive point, I have to catch it and reel it back in. And that means being open about what's really pissing me off or what I didn't like or how you said it or how it made me feel. And then that way you never really get to that, like I just had this conversation earlier. OMG, you can't have a relationship without arguing. It is possible. If you have,
but he has to be a communicator as well.
Exactly. She is right, y'all. Say it again.
He has to be a communicator as well.
See, like I rarely argue with my wife. We rarely argue, and part of it's because I just don't like to. I mean, I can talk about stuff, but most of the time I'm making her laugh. So
that's good.
That's the part that when she wanna be mad, she laughing a little bit. So it's hard for her to do that. But you know, when disagreements when you have a disagreement with somebody, and it could be whatever it is, whether like him saying hi or whatever, like, and you have a conversation with him about it, and he just don't understand why it is that you don't like that. Like,
yeah, how do you break that?
How does that go?
I think like the last time we probably talked, we went to go get a drink at like a little taco place or something, and I don't know. I think he's older than me, and like me just being out of college, it's probably the first time in my life that I've dated guys that are like 4 or 5 plus years older than me. So I just thought he was like a little immature to be like 30. So I'm just like, if I wanted to date, like I'm 23, so if I wanted to date somebody immature, I would date a 23-year-old. So for you to be 30, 31, whatever.
There's no age.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
there is no age.
Clearly, I'm learning.
Yeah, but I've always dated older men.
Older.
And they all.
I've dated younger. I've dated in
but
between.
not like.
Didn't matter.
That's an individual. That's an individual thing.
Chat room question from Jesse Brown. Are women ever wrong? And can you admit lacking understanding?
No, yes.
Never.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine?
But when I was 23, I didn't think I was wrong either. So.
I mean, you know what? And the funny thing is, when we was talking about how the panels are different, that last show, we asked the same question, like, are women always right? And it was like, yes.
No.
Yes, every last one of them was like,
would
yes,
love to
resounding.
Right.
Sit here and lie and say,
I'm wrong a lot.
we are wrong, and being a mature woman is being able to admit when you have wronged somebody and knowing how to come back
and knowing how to come back.
I've had to tuck my tail between my legs.
Me too.
Times recently.
Right.
And I don't mind though. I never mind saying I'm wrong or I apologize, but I'm not gonna say it if I really don't mean it. Like just to keep the peace. I'm not that person.
Yeah.
No.
So where do you all stand on friends of the opposite sex?
I think that's healthy, honestly. I really do think it's healthy to know how to like be able to control yourself and have like a healthy friendship with people of opposite sex.
You have to be respectful of your spouse first. So if he like, I don't want you to have a male friend, you just have to respect it. You can't ever just be like, well, he's been my friend before I met you. Like, no, you have to respect your man first. That's how I feel.
So you cut your friends off?
I mean, I wouldn't just say, oh, I'm not your friend anymore. But if my man said, I don't want you to talk to him on the phone.
I don't want you to talk to Dante.
I mean, not Dante. Nobody cares about Dante.
Boom.
I'm saying nobody has ever said I don't want you to talk to Dante. Like,
no, I'm just saying, but
if they did say if he did say I don't want you to talk to Dante on the phone, I would have to respect it if that's my man. Yeah.
Why Tyrone always send you stuff on Facebook?
Yeah.
Like, cause some friends of the opposite sex don't want to, accept the fact that you're in a relationship now. Like, you can't go out with them and do the same things you could do when you were single.
So that was one of my biggest issues in the last marriage. You asked about my last marriage. I have friends of the opposite sex. These are platonic friends. Never approached me. I can't say a thought. It's never crossed their mind, but, because we are who we are scientifically. But you have to have respectful boundaries in your relationship. And there has to be that mutual trust and respect for one another. If you don't have it, you always going to be wondering in the back of your mind. And if you've been that kind of person and you have not completely become someone else, you're constantly wondering if they shady like you.
Right. Yeah. So would you allow your husband, boyfriend to have like fine female friends?
Before she answered, while she's thinking about that, we are here with Mel Sydney and Raven, Mailman Moby on the 710 Slickville show. You can call in 478-569-6474. Yeah. So would you allow for your
allow? is a big word because we're adults.
Well, yeah.
You can only have
Would you
ugly
be
friends.
cool
Would I be
with
comfortable
right?
with it? Probably not.
Old friends or new friends? I mean, a
It
new
doesn't
friend, he
matter.
can't, no matter.
No new friends.
No new
no new
friends.
friends.
No, no new
Okay.
friends.
No, we don't do
Okay.
that.
No.
No new friends.
No new female
No,
friends.
Okay.
like why are y'all friends?
But old friends
Where the hell
is
did
like,
this
okay.
Right.
Established friends. I just think that's
Yeah, it's
different.
respectful.
Okay.
You know, if you grew up with a chick who happened to be fine, I mean, she can't help that she's fine, right?
Right.
But can I say that probably, you know, a little bit of it might make me uncomfortable depending upon you all's interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he loves me and respects me, I'll never feel that
Right.
because he'll make it
Right.
you know, important to him that I don't
He
have
won't
a
make you
reason
feel
to mistrust
uncomfortable.
their friendship.
Yeah, we will all have to become friends though.
Yeah,
So this
like
is
that's my
our
girl. I need to be able to
friend.
call her
Yeah.
when I need her.
But
that
some,
don't
you know,
mean nothing either,
some
girl.
friends. Yeah, I was about to say you don't. That
I know it.
it's like your friend. You don't even know if your friend won't sleep with your man. So how can you
Very-
trust?
Very
Right.
true.
Ooh. Look, so we was talking about this, and actually yesterday we was talking about this during the game, and since it came up, could your men? I mean, of course, do a show like this, and so I've had shows where I've had, you know, attractive women on. I mean, it's not. I mean, there's no doubts about it, but I mean, this is what it is. After the show, we take our picture, we pack our stuff up, and I'm back home. But I have guys that I see at work. I have guys like cousins and other friends that's like, man, I don't know how you do it. And I'm just like,
Self-control.
hey, man, this is.
Because you love your wife.
I love my wife. Yeah,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I've been that dude now. Do I think that I could do this job? Do I think I could have done this
Single.
as a single dude?
Or not married.
Probably not.
Right.
Probably not. But since I've been married, I have better conversations with women than I've ever had as a single person.
Got an inside scoop.
And so it's weird. Like, man, if I had this same thought process back then, I probably would be I would have been a whole lot more dangerous.
But you wouldn't have
but-
that thought
I
process
wouldn't.
because
No, 'cause it'd be
back
an
then it
agenda
would have been
behind
more
it.
like
I mean, there's no agenda. I can
Right.
see y'all and y'all could be cool, and I'm like, she be in the chat room and she watches shows and stuff like that, so she know who y'all are. She probably done stalk y'all pages and whatnot, you know, whatever. But I mean, she don't say nothing because I don't give her a reason.
Right.
To be
You don't give her a
uncomfortable with
reason.
this stuff.
And I mean, let's be just real. As a woman, we always feel like other women look at our men like we do. Like nobody, like not saying you in particular, but just because she feels, you know, she loves you, she looks at you like that, we might not talk to you even if you tried, if you were, you know what I'm saying, single man. So
Man, she know I ain't ugly.
no.
I'm just
I'm
playing.
just saying. A lot of women, that's a lot of women's
Nah,
problem
I'm just-
because they feel like everybody wants their man. Like, so that's your man. There ain't nobody tripping. Like, that's your man.
Nah, I get it. What up, twin? And so, all right. So, speaking to like the other dudes and stuff like that, and how look, she just popped. Of course, she just popped back in there. As far as like when y'all communicate, when it's a communication about sex, sometimes that could be a hard conversation. Sometimes it can't. Sometimes it's not it's not based on what it is that you're talking about. And so if you're talking about needs and wants, depending on who you're talking to, sometimes that can be a hard conversation. Sometimes if it's the issue,
It's an uncomfortable conversation to have when it's not going the way you hoped or expected it to, especially if you like the person. But it's something that needed to be
Has to be done.
If you are a sexual being and you have these sexual expectations that someone is not meeting, you have to have the conversation. If you stick around and you don't like it, you're gonna cheat.
I just think it's a wrap. Like,
Yeah, if I'm not sexual, if it's not there, it can't work. It's not gonna work.
Now there have been, but what about times where you feel the sexual compatibility, but maybe something that he's doing isn't quite working for you.
You can tell him, and he can change it if it can be changed. But like if you like extremely large size and he's extremely small, that's something that can be that's something that can't be changed. So you can't,
She
you know,
must have
say
an elephant trunk in her life.
no, I'm saying if that's what you like,
Somebody.
and if it's too big, like for me, if it's too big, and I know I know I'm not gonna be having sex with you like that, then either I'm gonna have to say you can go, you know, do what you do, or
You give him a hall pass?
What's too big?
You get a hall pass?
Need it. Gotta have it.
He ain't gonna be.
He can get an all-time side
I'm
chick?
just saying,
No,
no, that's not gonna happen.
No
I'm just
side
saying that's
chicks
why I
allowed.
know we'll have to go our separate ways because
So all right, so you go to give him a hug and you're like, damn.
now don't get me wrong. Wait, no. Don't get me wrong. I like a nice size now. I don't like no small thing, but
That's your arm on my
like
leg.
this is too big for me. Like we talked about this on my show before. Like that's just too big. Like when it come all the way down to the middle by the middle of your thigh, all soft. That's just too big. Like where is that going? And how the fuck am I gonna suck that? Like that's not gonna happen. Like seriously, like so when I'm dating somebody, I let them know, like, look, if it's that, then we ain't gonna work.
Damn.
That's hilarious.
Or if it's too small,
That's
we not gonna work.
That's hilarious.
And I have a
She
fear
said that's
of
a
liking
fear.
somebody. If I'm in love with somebody and the sex is bad, that's just like, what do you do?
What do you do?
So it says if he finished
What's that
fast,
mouth
how
do?
do you have that conversation?
Oh, that's bad too.
How do you have that conversation? Because you really like him, but it's
My-
just quick though.
My
I don't
ex was
think
like
you should
that.
have that conversation.
You
I think
have
you need
to.
to find a way to get out of there without telling him that, because you don't want to crush. There is a woman that fits for him.
I was in love with a quickie guy. Like it was so fast. Yeah, like and I was like, you know, we have to do it again.
but see,
Like
that's
it can't be
different.
one and done.
Oh yeah,
No,
you have to.
Yeah.
sometimes it takes them. Sometimes it takes them a while.
We were together 2
If
years.
they're really nervous,
Damn.
or you really excite them because you're real sexy or whatever, and they can't get it together.
We were together 2 years, and
Yeah.
it was like, and I was like, do you have to drink
They
or
need to feel
do you need
comfortable.
some drugs? What do I need to get you? Because
Maybe.
The blue pill.
we're gonna have to keep going. Like I don't mind the first time you do it quick, but you got to keep going after that. Like I have to get me too.
Somebody in the chat room said, I mean, y'all can't help if that thing just good.
Yeah, but you have to stop.
Pace yourself.
See, why do some men say, you know, I can control when I nut, and then some men like it just happens. Like
Because that's the truth.
how?
Why?
How?
I mean, because all dudes ain't the same. All dudes ain't the same.
Vince said you with him for 2 years and it got a total of 30 minutes.
Right? Like
For 2
I used to be
years.
like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I have an attitude, like a real attitude.
Yeah, no,
after like,
yeah.
what's the point of even doing it? Because
Well, so at this point, y'all had sex multiple times and it was still the same thing.
for 2 years,
Okay,
we were,
so I'm just confused.
You didn't
Hey, you
adjust.
hung in there. You the trooper.
because I loved him. Like I really like and after a while, like, and I never cheated, never. Like it, the 5 minutes was good, you know, but it was just so fast. And you know, when somebody is doing everything else right, sometimes sex is not the first priority in a relationship. Like I don't have to work, you paid all these bills, I'm good, like I'm happy with you, like I love you, you know. So I guess I get my 5 minutes and get in the shower.
So,
You know,
scale of 1 to 10, because this came up in the chat. Julian want to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is sex in a relationship?
With 1 being the most important? Or
Well,
10
with
being
10 being the most important and 1 being not important at all.
I say 10. Honestly.
Only because I've been in a relationship where the sex wasn't good, I say it depends on the relationship. I say, I mean, it depends, because if sex is a big part of your relationship and a reason why you're with somebody, it's gonna have a higher, it's gonna be 10. If I'm with somebody because we have awesome sex, then if the sex goes, so does the relationship. But if I'm with somebody because I genuinely love them, and
But that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about healthy relationships. We're not just talking about just getting smashed out.
I'm saying even in healthy relationships, the sex can be number 1 to some people.
Okay.
So if that's the why you're with them, then
that shit ain't gonna last. And the only reason why I say this is because I've been in plenty of situations where it was only about that.
Right.
And the problem with that was we didn't get along until it was time to. Yeah. That was the only time that we got along. And so it wasn't no going out to eat, it wasn't no enjoying each other's company, it wasn't no meeting your family.
Right.
I ain't care nothing about that.
Relationship was sex.
That's it. So hey,
that's not a relationship to me.
When am I gonna see you?
All right.
Now you here? So you ready to go to the bedroom? You ready to hit this couch?
Yeah.
Like I see you next week. Like
so no lunch, no dinner.
For what? We didn't get along.
It wasn't about to have a conversation with someone.
It was about getting in.
So y'all wasn't even in a relationship then. Like, did you think that y'all both think that y'all was in a relationship?
They was in more like
right.
lust.
So that's different.
It was more of a physical attraction.
But, I mean, that's what you just described.
No, that's not what I just described.
Like.
Because you can get along with somebody, like somebody, but sex still be the number 1 thing in your relationship. And still, you just didn't get along with them.
She thinks it's possible to have a healthy relationship where sex is at the bottom of the total.
No,
at the bottom and the top.
I mean, I don't see.
She's like, what?
I think you can say like sex is at the top, being trustworthy is at the top. Like it's multiple qualities that you have to have, but I definitely think intimacy and passion has to be like there. I can't be with somebody forever if we have horrible sex. Like that's just never gonna work.
And so I look at it like if you had to prioritize like stability, sex
is not at the top of my list.
Financials and stuff like that. Like this is what kind of what I was getting at. Like if you had to prioritize these situations and what it was that you would rather have, would sex be all the way up here as what's going to push your relationship through the tough times? What's going to push your relationship through that?
For
like
me.
It just
no, because you can have porn star sex with someone and shit still not work out. And it'd be terrible. The rest of the relationship be terrible.
But do you think
like you don't think
that was
fair?
That was straight from personal experience. She was so serious when she said that was straight from personal experience. Like that was from right back here. right back here.
Yeah, I just don't think sex, like, because I can go without sex. Like when I'm not having sex, I can go for a long time without having sex. So it's not really. And that's because I'm getting older too. Like when I was younger, sex was like, I needed sex. But now it's like I have so many bills and other shit that I got going on that sex ain't even really on my to-do list right now. But I do enjoy sex. Don't get me wrong.
Hey, so real quick, I did want to talk about, and we got about, this time been flying. All right, so social media. And social media and relationships have been an interesting thing because we see it a lot. We have a picture. We see all these pictures and people talking about goals and stuff. We see a lot of stuff where people post like every time they're with their person, and we understand folks being in love and whatnot, and that's all fine and dandy. We enjoy love for the most part, but at the same time, sometimes folks be like, "Damn,
I'm doing too much."
Like I follow you for you. Not for
him too.
That dude. If you met a guy and you looked at his social media, is there? And I'm sure you do. Is there a particular amount of followers that you be like, oh, that's too many?
I don't think that matters.
Not the number of followers.
I think that matters to me.
There's some pictures that I can look at and be like, oh no.
I think if I am talking to somebody or somebody tries to talk to me and they're following more people, just say if they're following, they have like 300 followers, but they're following 3,000 people. That's like a problem to me. I don't know. I don't do the whole ratio thing. If you're like following way.
Right, I don't care about that.
I think that's generational.
Yeah, I think so too.
And so probably to the younger generation where social media is their driving.
Because they never had without social media. Like, do you remember not having social media?
We built friendships.
They've had social media ever since
y'all had
probably ever since I was like
in middle school.
See, and we remember when
social
media
didn't exist,
out.
right?
So
yeah, like
right.
She was like 10 when like MySpace was popular.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like so you remember Instagram? You don't remember not having Instagram, like for real?
No, I had Instagram didn't really start until probably like high school.
Yeah, see,
I remember when
I remember we didn't have cell phones, so
like she ain't
right.
She ain't never have a Black Planet or none of
right,
that stuff.
right.
No.
So
Shout out
like
to
you said,
Black
it's
Planet.
generational.
Yeah.
Chat room.
Right,
Yeah.
the chat room. Yeah, the call and talk. You don't know what they look like, but you just like your voice sound.
So college club.
Yeah.
Girl. So for me, I could give a.
Yeah,
I don't even care if you have an Instagram.
I would prefer you not to have one.
I was just getting ready to say, if you don't have one, even better. There's you don't feel the need to compete or, none of that matters.
Even though most men without Instagram still go on Instagram and
they
look.
creep mode.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
They had their friends. They had their friends' accounts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's creepy.
If you go on Instagram, you don't have an Instagram. That's weird. I don't understand that.
Do the type of pictures. So if you met a guy and it could be
No selfies.
it could be a
You don't like the selfie?
It could be, it could be a fitness dude, but if you're not a fitness dude, like fitness guys, they post a whole bunch of pictures with their shirts off and whatnot. That's their brand. That's how they market. Dang, hot.
This question pertains to what we're talking about in a different kind of way.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, I can't see it. So
they want to know how do we feel about our partners being on the phone all the time while we're out?
Yeah,
Does
that's
it work?
no.
What you mean?
No,
That,
it says while you're spending time with each other and you
texting and stuff.
Some guys it's some girls too that's like constantly texting.
It's a lot of
No,
girls.
we
do Instagram.
You mean why they
on a date?
together?
Why you on a
I
date?
hate that.
We try to spend
no.
time together.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's rude.
Yeah, that's very rude.
That's rude. But when I yeah,
You read
that's
that?
just saying that.
Oh,
When I
it looked like personal experience.
Right, what happened? What did we miss?
when I proposed to my wife, she got mad at me for being on my phone.
You were recording.
Why did
Were you
you-
trying to record the
I wasn't recording, but it was on my birthday. I proposed to her on my birthday because she called herself trying to figure out when I was gonna do it. She was being nosy. Her and her girls was trying to have little meetings, trying to figure out when it was gonna happen. And I was texting my guys, texting them her number to send her some text messages in order to set it up. And so when Jason said he got a plan, it's supposed to be coming from all these numbers that she didn't know. And so when she started reading it, then I'll be down on my knees. She get the ring. But while I was setting it up, she had an attitude. She had an attitude with me because she was like, "This is supposed to be your birthday dinner, and I came out here and you on your phone." I'm like, "Look, I'm getting ready to get on Facebook right now and tell your family exactly how you acting on my birthday.
Yeah.
This should be the day that I should be able to rock and do whatever I need to do and respond to all these people that's telling me happy birthday. Let me do this."
But you was really setting it up.
I was setting up the proposal, which it worked.
We shot them out. That was good.
It went over. Everything was on time. And she kind of felt a little bad for being mad. But but when we go out, my phone looked just like that.
That's right.
No, it needs to be
I
flipped
love
up.
Ain't nothing on that.
Flip that phone.
It ain't nothing on that.
I'm just saying, like, why?
you
Who
tryna
flipped the
hide?
phone down?
Ain't nothing on there.
I keep mine in
tell
my
you what.
pocket though.
My phone,
Does she have your password?
absolutely. Ain't nothing in there. Y'all.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Shit.
A lot of men, won't give their
Yeah, my password. She can go right in there and see whatever she want to see. She don't because she know I ain't doing nothing.
right. But
But-
if she wanted to, she could.
Yeah, I don't care.
So y'all think that in a relationship you should have each other's like phone passwords or
I tell
It
you,
depends on how long.
yeah.
I'll tell you
Why?
what.
How long?
Because you put in time then.
Mhm.
Yeah, if I'm just meeting you, maybe like a year, okay, maybe we working on it, but at least if we've been together 2 years, we definitely should know each other's past code.
Mhm.
Because we both by that time we both know each other's group.
Ain't a damn thing in my wife's phone that I want to look at. I'm not, ain't no text message, ain't no pictures. Any pictures that she take, I done probably seen. I see it all the time anyway. I don't need to see no pictures.
Right.
Ain't no DMs or none of that stuff that I want to see.
I'm
they ain't
not
talking
big
to
on
me.
going through my.
What you
It's a
know?
certain
Person's
degree
phone.
of privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not big on going through the phones because you're gonna see something
You
that's
gonna
gonna
see
make
something.
you mad.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna see something,
Even
Who is
something that could be
Arturo?
nothing.
right? And it's sometimes it's nothing, but you're gonna make it. As women, even men, y'all are gonna make it something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I
Just
don't.
do it.
I don't.
Just don't do it.
No, I mean,
Unless you
it
want
don't
your
make no
feelings
sense.
hurt or an argument.
Because I tell you what, it was one day I walked past. She was on the couch. She was on Twitter, and she in some group. And it wasn't no sweatpants. It wasn't no sweatpants
Gray
or no
sweatpants.
beard
Gray
group. But
sweatpants.
I walked past, and there was some breast on her phone. I was like, "You got them titties on your phone, baby? Like, what are you looking at? What are you doing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have been looking, but I just happened to just glance by and see it, and I was just like, so that's what you be wanting? This is what you be looking at, huh? That's what you be looking at.
Let me join the fun.
Yeah, I had some on my phone, and you looking upside my head,
Right.
But nah, I mean it's all good. Nah, like I said,
I don't care about that either.
Ain't nothing I'm trying to see on her phone besides her friends lame.
Lame
I got all the cool friends, so.
friends are good. You should want her to have lame friends.
Absolutely.
No.
Right.
Oh.
You don't want her to have no wild popping
Oh,
friends.
yeah.
Lame friends
Right,
are good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You got a point on that one.
So look, you already said your DM lit.
I think all of our DMs.
Our DM. So, but how do you? So in a relationship, do you go through and just delete those, or you just leave it?
I mean,
You
I can
respond to most of them,
control
probably.
what somebody sends me.
But you don't want to delete it.
Oh no, I don't have a problem deleting it. I just don't.
You're probably not gonna delete it. Like most of my DMs stay in my like request box. So the DMs that I've like actually responded to or whatever, I don't really have anything to hide.
Cool. What she said whatever, my friends are cool and fun.
Yes. Okay.
That's
Cool,
right.
Cool and fun.
That says enough.
Right.
I'm just playing. She do got a couple of them cool. One of them got a fake accent. And so, like, have you ever went through and looked at who liked your person's pictures?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I have.
Why y'all do that?
Who likes what?
Like an ex. Or
That's what I'm looking.
That's
That's what I'm really.
Why
Yeah.
she's still liking your pictures?
Yeah.
I don't. Even my exes like.
I don't even follow
"You're
them
done,
no more.
I don't follow you. Nothing like that. So
I'll
she's
put the
still
same.
liking your picture. It's something going on.
You got a 3-for-1 answer.
Right.
She still like it. What if? Okay, so but what if it was like y'all didn't? It was a breakup, but it wasn't like.
Right.
I've only got one bad breakup.
I never had a bad breakup.
One bad breakup. Like, and anybody, like, it was just some situations that it was bad timing. It just wasn't gonna work. Or I messed up and they got over it, over a period of time, but it wasn't like.
Fuck you! Don't ever talk to me again.
It don't have to be like that.
But why do you want to still like keep up with them? Is the thing.
No, it ain't that. It's just people that I just, like I said, I have people that I was better as friends with than in relationship.
Now, if it's that, then that's okay. But if it's your ex-girlfriend that, it's like she doesn't like me and, it's a problem, or a baby mama who don't want you to see it. Like, it's just Now that like we're still cool, no problems. We just still follow each other. That's okay. But you, as a woman, you know the difference.
Yeah, that's just disrespectful if you're keeping those people around.
Yeah.
How do you feel about people needing to validate their relationships via social media? So if your guy hit you up and was like, "Hey, you know, I was looking at your Instagram and ain't no pictures of us. Yeah, ain't no pictures of us on there."
I feel like I used to think like that, especially like freshman, sophomore, like college years for sure. But now, just several months out of college, I think my next relationship, I wouldn't even put it on social media, like at all.
At all.
I wouldn't want to be on their page. I mean, if they choose to post me or something, that's that. But I don't think I would want to like keep that part of my life private. Maybe put like subliminal stuff, like out to dinner or like little Snapchats, Insta stories.
Out to dinner with like just 2 plates but no faces.
Yeah.
Hey, the way things are now, it's best not to do it though.
Going on, but you don't know what's going on.
What about you, Mel?
I think that's something that should be discussed and mutually agreed upon. You know, if you all together agree that you will maintain a sense of privacy and what that boundary looks like, great. But I don't have a problem with my significant other putting my picture on social media. I do have a problem with them checking me like, I don't see my picture on your social media page. I don't want it on there. You know, I mean, I might not, but it's not a stipulation in the relationship.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, it would be nice to show up in a story or something every now and then. Maybe one little shout out, but you ain't got to bleed my picture all over your page.
Yeah, because I mean, we make fun of us. It's a particular couple, and it's just
Sickening.
so much. It's just so much, and it's like, yeah. So who you trying to like? Is it for y'all, or is it? Or you trying to fool?
Right.
And so
Then you know, I always know when they break up because all of the pictures are
Disappear.
Right.
Then that's that part. You know.
That's why
If it
y'all
doesn't
wouldn't
work
want to
out,
do
now
it.
you got to do all this cleanup work.
Yeah.
Right.
that's when that DM gonna be lit.
That's when I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like nothing is wrong with it. Like posting a picture of, you know, but like you said, not too much, and it's not mandatory. Like if we take a nice picture, we're out to dinner and we look nice, and I choose to post the picture, that's fine. If not, that's fine. Or even if I post a picture on my page of you and you don't post on me, like it's not that serious to me. Like she said, I would be okay if my man didn't have an Instagram at all.
We know a couple of our friends don't have, or a couple of them don't have Instagrams. One of them don't have any social media. Only to, I mean, he might use his wife's to watch the show, but you know, other than that,
and that would be fine with me.
Zero social media, which is it's interesting, but a part of me understand.
I would go as far as to delete my page, you know.
If he asked you to, or
not even if he asked me to, just.
You sure?
Like Instagram is not my life. Like Instagram is not that serious to me. I'm kind of over Instagram at this point.
I mean, she don't post that much though.
Yeah, but once you close it out though, then you like.
I mean, you can get it back, but.
Would you shut down your social media for a dude?
No, I didn't say for a dude. I didn't say like if he asked me or something. I'm just saying for my relation, like, you know, like
for a dude.
It's not for like not if he asks me to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at this point, social media has become like lucrative, so you can get like brand ambassador deals, like several things. I use social media for more than just posting a picture or whatever. I actually try to make money off social media. So at this point, like that's work. You know what I mean? And that's another reason I wouldn't necessarily post a guy on my social media, because with modeling, certain brands, they're looking for your social media to be all about their brand or just several brands. So it's kind of like you just need like a certain image and a look. So I hate to be like, if he isn't like adding to my brand, then it's not necessarily a point. Like social media is like work, not like play for me. I mean, it's a mix, but I'm trying to make it more so where it's just strictly.
I mean, I get it. I got 2. You know, one of them.
Yeah,
One of them is for this, and one of them is personal.
Yeah,
so
I have a business page and a personal page.
You know, this is what it is, and I mean, it's nothing to hide on. There's nothing to hide on either one of them. She knows, and she sees stuff on both of them. I post stuff on both of them when I feel like it. But yeah, it is work. It is working. I definitely get it. Hey, look, I mean, we got about 10 minutes left. Everybody turn around, look at the clock, like 10 minutes back there. So I want to touch on finances real quick. Can you guys be with a guy that don't make as much money as you?
I have been there and done that, and I ill-advise women to date a man that is not financially ready or capable of dating you the way that you prefer to be dated. And if he's not financially or fiscally responsible, run.
Run. So if
you got your shit together, now you can't have these demands on people,
right? And you ain't
got it together. But if you got it together, beware of an opportunist. That's a big red flag.
Absolutely. What about you?
No.
So if you make $115,000 a year and he make $85,000 a year.
I just still feel like I want to be on the same. We either need to be on the same platform or like level, or you need to be just doing more, like a little more stable than me. Because I also want somebody that can like help me grow and teach me, etc. So I don't know. I don't think.
But what happens? So what if there's an instance where the guy makes a little less? You know, kind of like the difference that he gave as an example. But this is a man that has all the qualities. Like she was saying, he loves you. He cares about you. You can trust him. He ain't out here tricking on you. He's gifting you nice things. He's taking you nice places. He may not be able to buy you the pair of red bottoms, but he can buy you some some
Steve Manners or something. I don't know.
You know, or whatever. But he loves you.
And he's not
putting you through that bullshit.
But I can buy myself red bottoms?
Yeah. Because you make 6 figures. He make 85.
I mean, I feel like that would become a problem in a relationship.
Wait, how much is red bottoms?
This, that, the other.
That you can't afford?
$1,000
at the minimum. That's
the minimum. Yeah.
I'm like, that's $85,000. You can't buy no red bottoms then.
Right. I mean,
but you should have gave him more.
Depending on their lifestyle
and
common type number.
Significant amount of money, but I still make a little bit more. That's one thing. I mean, for instance,
now, she still had to think about it though.
Yeah.
So if he made
that's still $200,000 together.
He made $40,000 a year, and you made 60.
Yeah, 60.
Same difference.
Yeah, but we're saying not red bottom prices.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, more realistic for
just more middle class.
Yeah.
That's tax return. You get a red bottom, maybe.
Well then.
See, I couldn't date anybody who made $40,000 a year. No.
Is that true?
I couldn't do it. That's just not. I mean, because I've, never dated anybody.
Who's in your lane, right?
Yeah, like I've never dated anybody who didn't make a certain amount of money. Not saying that that's all it's about or whatever, but when you are used to certain things,
you want to be able
to right. I want to be able to go to my favorite restaurant now.
Right.
I'm not gonna say I can't look at someone's potential because I can do that too. But see, that's where it gets tricky because I'm too old to be kind of teaching and waiting on. That's just no.
And see, speaking of that, like I feel like I'm straight out of college, so I'm not gonna date somebody that's still in their potential phase or getting their life together or not stable. Like I should be the one that's trying to figure things out. So that's another reason I just feel like at this stage of my life, especially, I would never even date somebody straight out of college or another 23-year-old because like I'm just past that whole phase.
So then should a man that's stable date you?
Right.
How?
That's true. That's true.
Now,
yeah.
Because I'm an older woman. And
that's true.
I don't want to date a older or a younger man that's still trying to get it together. You need to figure that shit out first.
I mean, we don't know what.
Then
you may be stable, right? You may be stable, but coming out of college, more times than not, you're not.
You're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you're trying to figure it out.
Your brand
right.
Sure.
But that's to my point. How to find a healthy relationship is doing exactly what she's doing. It's
Mhm.
not looking for a relationship at all. It's
Dating.
investing into you.
Yeah.
You are dating around. Figure out what you like, what you don't. You know, what are you doing with your finances? Are you getting your shit together? And then at that perfect time, you know, it all comes together.
It will.
Because like you said, a more stable man wants a more
want a
stable
stable
woman.
woman. Yeah.
You know, like you can't expect for a man that makes $100,000 a year and plus to want to build you, and take care of you.
I mean, that's true and that's not true.
There's a
difference.
man that wants to take care of a woman, than coming into a situation where he feels like he has to,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because at that point,
he's not gonna respect you, and
you're gonna be somebody, but then there's gonna be
another somebody,
another somebody,
right?
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah. So look, we got 5 minutes left, and like I said, this time is going fast. Valentine's Day will be here before you know it. Y'all got any plans? I mean, I ain't even trying to mess up y'all game or nothing like that. I mean, it's only like my mama and my wife in there right now. I'm just kidding. But
I really don't have any plans.
Yeah.
Well, my son's birthday is on the 15th, so and my daughter has competition, so I'll be in Tampa on Valentine's Day. So it really isn't.
I don't have any plans, but I was thinking about taking my two daughters, to see the Alvin Ailey dance.
Yeah.
Hey, we went to go see that 2 years ago. It's great.
It is
very great.
Nice.
I don't really.
Still got plans. well, me, I have a whole list of guys trying to take me
I
out.
don't have plans, but you know, who knows what's gonna happen.
See what's popping. You gotta see which one on the roster got the best plans.
Which one I'm gonna allow to take me out?
Who got the best plans? Let me see.
Right. It's who has the best.
Let me see. Is it a Kappa or an Alpha?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, look, hey man, I appreciate y'all for coming out. Tell everybody how they can follow y'all on social media real quick. I don't care where we start.
You can follow me at Blazing Raven, BLAZZIN RAVEN, on Instagram, Facebook. I have a Facebook, but that's only for like people I really know. So you can email me, eventfulballoons@gmail.com. If you want any business, my business page is Eventful Balloons, and yeah.
You can follow me on Instagram at Sydney Autry, SYDNE AUTRY, on Snapchat, Sydney No Y XO. And you can also follow my fitness page, Glow Fit, and it's spelled GLEAUXFIT.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Amora Sky. That's AMORE_SKYY. You can also shop my page at www.beautycounter.com/MELODYEJONES, Melody Jones.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Dang, we went through all this stuff. We didn't even get to the toxic relationships part. We ain't talking. I'm talking about.
That's all.
It's a whole bunch of stuff. Like
Run
as fast as you can.
And so
after the first red flag,
be out.
Run.
Don't try to make them
for real.
Damn.
And don't try to change these men. Like they are who they are.
Note to self, fellas. Soon as you get a red flag, soon as you get something you don't like, run. Because if they say they crazy,
they crazy. Believe
crazy.
it. You better believe it.
Like, look, if they look like Lynn Whitfield,
hey, I'm gonna punch me in the eye and hit myself with the door and call the police and say you did.
If they making
messed up though,
if they making if they making bacon and biscuit batter and all that stuff in the morning, then you invite them over.
Yeah, I've been laid back in
run.
that.
You gotta run. You gotta run. But look, hey, I need you all to go ahead. Like I said, if you hadn't shared this show, go ahead and still share this show. It ain't too late. Let those folks see it that hadn't gotten a chance to see it. We covered a lot of good information. Once again, tell them how they can follow you, Moby, real quick.
Oh, Mailman Moby on Instagram.
All one word.
MOBEY.
And follow 710 Slickville Show on all social media platforms. Look, my next show, February 19th, will be my 1 year anniversary of doing this show. I got something.
Congrats.
got something I'm working on. I hope that it really comes through, because we trying to make this thing take off. I mean, I haven't talked about it too much, but I'm looking forward to something that's going to be real special. And I do thank for everybody that's made this possible up to this point. I thank you all for coming through. I thank Yannette on the board for doing her thing. She is always on point. And look, February 19th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come back, 710 Slickville Show. We're going to do this thing. And we are out.
Oh, yeah. One more thing. Y'all make sure Thursdays from 4 to 6, check out Live with Downtown Raven.
Thursdays from 4 to 6, Live with Downtown Raven. I watched a little bit of that show.
Yeah, we're kind of rated R. So I had to censor my mouth today, didn't I, Nick?
Yeah.
That was censored?
Yeah.
Nah.
That's censored.
Hey.
Hey, yeah, y'all have a good one, man. We'll catch y'all next time. Y'all be easy. Stay safe in these streets.
The biggest station in the world.